Welcome to Great Moments Are Captured, where we cherish heartwarming, loving, and sacred reunion moments. Join us as we share stories that touch your heart, where love and happiness come together.
I hugged her.
Thank you so much.
The boy looked up and was suddenly surprised to see his mother. His eyes widened and he burst into tears of joy. Without hesitation, he ran into her arms, holding her tightly as if afraid she might leave again. A moment filled with love and emotion. The little girl was focused on her studies, completely unaware of the surprise awaiting her. Her father, the soldier, quietly approached and sat behind her. When she turned around, she froze in disbelief, her eyes welling up with tears. She rushed into his arms, filling the room with joy and love.
I did not see you.
The two siblings were playing when the door suddenly opened, and their father, the soldier, walked in. They froze, then screamed with joy, running into his arms. Laughter and tight hugs made the reunion a moment of pure happiness. In the classroom, the door suddenly opened. Her father, the soldier, walked in with a warm smile. The little girl turned, frozen for a moment, before running into his arms. Applause filled the room, but for her, it was pure joy in her father's embrace. In the corner of the room, a large gift box sat quietly, piquing the little girl's curiosity. As she lifted the lid, she froze in surprise as her father, the soldier, emerged from inside. Her wide eyes sparkled with joy before she burst into a radiant smile. She ran into his arms, laughing and shouting, "Daddy!" filling the room with pure happiness. It was a moment of love and surprise where the bond between father and daughter overcame all distance, creating an unforgettable memory. Another surprise awaited the children. In the corner of the room, a giant gift box drew their curious little faces closer.
What is it?
Giggles and chatter filled the air as the lid was carefully lifted.
Break open the box.
Then their father, the soldier, stepped out with a gentle smile. For a moment, they stood frozen in disbelief before bursting into cheers of pure joy. Hugs and shouts of "Daddy!" echoed through the room. It was a moment to remember where love and connection were wrapped in a heartwarming surprise.
Get out of there. Help Daddy. Jeremy, help him, help him. That's Daddy. Help him, help him. Give him a hug. Yay, Daddy. And guess what? Daddy doesn't have to leave anymore. He's home for good. So we don't have to say goodbye. Yeah, you happy? Dina, you like the present? Yeah, so we gotta write a letter.
The father, the soldier, walked slowly toward his daughter, his steps calm and his eyes filled with love. When the little girl saw him, her eyes lit up, and she ran toward him, screaming with joy. She threw herself into his arms, filling the space with laughter and pure happiness. A moment of pure emotion, he stepped in, uniform crisp, and she was stunned. Without hesitation, she ran to him. Applause filled the room, but for her, he was all that mattered. A tight embrace, a sweet kiss, love conquered all. At a warm family dinner, laughter and chatter filled the air as usual. Suddenly the door opened, and there he was, their son, the soldier. The family froze in disbelief for a moment. His mother burst into tears, rushing to hug him. His father rose with pride and emotion in his eyes. The younger siblings cheered, running to embrace him. The room instantly overflowed with joy and happiness. In that moment, no words were needed. Love and reunion said it all.
We were all morning. I got three. All three of them that I got.
The mother was sitting at the table eating when her daughter suddenly walked in. She froze for a moment, a simple yet heartwarming moment filled with love and the joy of reunion. Tears of happiness streamed down the mother's face as she saw her son, the soldier, return home. On the stadium, he, the soldier, holding a bouquet of flowers, slowly walked toward his wife. When she saw him, her eyes welled up with tears, and quiet drops of happiness streamed down her face. Amid the crowd, it was just them. One embrace, one love that transcended all distance. The older sister unexpectedly appeared at home, bringing a special gift for her younger sister. Seeing her sister, the younger one froze for a moment, her eyes lighting up with joy. As she received the gift, she hugged her sister tightly, laughing and tearing up. That moment was filled with love and family connection. The mother was hard at work in the factory, surrounded by the steady hum of machinery. Unbeknownst to her, her son, the soldier, quietly approached from behind. When she turned around, she froze in disbelief, her hands stopping mid-motion. Then her eyes welled up with tears, and a radiant smile spread across her face. She rushed to embrace her son, overwhelmed with joy, as everyone around watched the heartwarming reunion. The mother was enjoying her meal at the restaurant, unaware of the surprise about to unfold.
Mom, look what I found.
Suddenly, her son approached from behind. As she turned around, her eyes widened in shock, quickly filling with tears of joy. She stood up and embraced him tightly, overcome with emotion.
I think it's oh my god, it's wrong. What's going on here?
The dogs were playing when they suddenly stopped, noticing their owner sitting quietly on a chair in the room, waiting patiently. As soon as they recognized him, they dashed toward him with wagging tails and excited barks. They jumped onto his lap, cuddling and showing their love, turning the room into a space filled with joy and warmth. Pom was sitting with her friends in a quiet library, chatting softly amidst the shelves of books. Suddenly, her son approached, leaving her frozen in surprise. With tears welling up, Pom stood up and embraced him tightly, overwhelmed with joy. In that moment, all other sounds faded away, leaving only the sweet reunion filled with love. When the mother sees her son after so many days apart, joy overflows in every tear that falls. In that moment, all distance and time apart seem to vanish, leaving only love and an overwhelming sense of reunion. The father quietly hid behind the door, waiting for the perfect moment. As the door slowly opened, his child's eyes lit up with surprise and pure joy. She was studying with her friends when the door suddenly opened. He, the soldier, walked in. She looked up, stunned for a moment, before jumping up and running into his arms. Amid the surprised looks of her friends, the reunion was full of love and joy. The younger sister was sitting alone when her older sister suddenly appeared. She turned, frozen surprise, then ran to hug her, tears of joy streaming down her face, a moment filled with love and connection. The moment a soldier returns and embraces their family is a sacred reunion filled with love and sacrifice. After years apart, two friends unexpectedly reunited. When their eyes met, they froze for a moment before bursting into laughter, a simple yet heartwarming moment filled with joy and deep friendship.